Hi Lee, I'm just giving a little shout out for you like you requested. I also wanted to say hello to you too. So I hope that made your day like you said it would. So I'm also going to do, on top of this, I'm doing a little video on what my favorite books are, because someone told me that they're such a bookworm, and I'm also a bookworm as well. When it comes to school libraries, I borrow like 8 books in one day. That's how I am. I love books. So I have 4 different books that are my favorites, and these are all mine. These are not from the libraries. One of my favorite books, this is a very popular book for girls. I think all the girls know this series, is The Princess Diaries. Now, this book is not really my favorite book of the whole series. What I do like about it is that it's very girly, you know, girl teenage, you know, kind of thing. But what I don't like is that there's, you know, some relationship things in there that become very, you know, graphic. They're not very mild, you know, like what teenagers would really read. That's what I don't like about it. So I usually stop there because I try to keep away from those kind of things. I don't have a TV because of that, so I don't, but you know, but otherwise I just love the book, you know, because of, you know, we can all relate to it. It's just normal, you know, school stuff, aside from that she's a princess, but you know, it's a cool book. And this one's not popular at all. This was made back in, like, well, the year I was born, 1998. This is obviously from my favorite heavy metal artist. He wrote this book himself. It's called The Long Hard Road Out of Hell, and it's a brilliant book. It's basically his autobiography, and it's, let's see, 269 pages, basically. I read the whole thing like 4 times, and I marked significant parts of the book. He has his own poetry. He's actually a journalist, and that has all his writings in there. And he has a very interesting childhood and life, which I really like. He may look scary, but that's what his job is, to be provocative. That's what artists' jobs are supposed to be, is provocative. So don't judge a book by its cover, because the pages, see, that's the thing about a book. You see, the book cannot look interesting, but the pages can be, you know, all exciting and interesting. You can go on this new adventure thing in your mind, but that's what he is. He's about. He's that kind of artist that's misinterpreted by a lot of people. So that's, you should give that a go if you like. And this book is by, also a very popular book, is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's also a series as well, and it's by Jeff Kinney. I do like this book. It's because, again, teenage thing, funny, it's comedy, and, you know, it has pictures in it, so it's fun. I don't think there's nothing that I don't like about it, actually. No. There's nothing that I don't like about this book. I like everything about it. So, aside from the price is not fun, but the book is great, so just put that back. And my very favorite book of the whole thing is probably The English Roses by Madonna. It's, okay, it's actually a picture book, but it's very long for a picture book. It's basically about 5 girls, yeah, let's say, and they're basically, there's this new boy in their class that they're crazy about, and except for this girl right here, the blonde one, her name is Bina, and she's not really interested because she doesn't have a mother, and she has to do chores for her dad, and she doesn't have time, you know, to do that kind of thing. And she's one of those down-to-earth girls that, you know, doesn't just look for just looks. You know, she looks for what's in the inside of the person, which is what I look for. I don't like looking for guys that have, you know, the look. I'd rather take a guy that's, you know, considerate and nice and, you know, just that kind of a guy. I don't care for looks at all. I mean, it's a bonus if he looks great. That's fine, but, you know, just my opinion. See, it's like the same thing. See, I'd rather have a guy that's poor but yet sweet and humble and considerate than a guy who has great looks, lots of money, and, you know, abuses me and whatever. That's, I mean, look at the difference. But this book is also about friendship as well, because there was actually a book before this, and it was about friendship, how they never included Bina, how she was always left out because she was prettier and she was different, how they think is perfect. So I think that relates a lot to me as well. Woo! And they just kind of pull away from her, kind of come closer to her, off again, on again thing. But that's just one of the, so these basically are very good to read. They also come in novels as well too. So if you're not really into the picture book thing, you can always get it in the novel version. They don't have this as a novel version, but they have different like they are the English choices, but they have the different stories, but sometimes in novels. But I think there's only 2 that come in storybooks. I like the storybooks better. So those are my 4 favorite books that I enjoy to read. I think those are the books that I read the most. But if not for books, then probably fashion magazines. I read those quite a lot. If I ever fall asleep, you will find me with a magazine in my hand. Yes. And oh, there's one more book. My bad. Sorry, there's 2 more. These 2 are also A Girl's Guide to Friendship Troubles. I read this a lot, you can kind of tell. Never really helps, but sometimes it's just good to, you know, read. They don't have my kind of situations because it's not as, you know, bad in here, so. They have like things, you know, dealing with fights being left out and the popularity thing, and it shows you how to, you know, talk to your friend if you need to like talk, you know, something has to work out, you know, jealousy, you know, fights and betrayal, and they have quizzes and bullies and how to talk to your parents and tips on how to cure, you know, your mind, and it's just a great book by American Girl, of course. And this is also by American Girl. I love the American Girl series. They have the best ever. This is the Feelings book, and this shows, you know, like how to keep your emotions and how to stay, you know, cool, you know, in the cool and all that. And it shows you like advice, for example, brain powers, like why do you cry, feeling out of control, what can you do, you know, your reactions and sorting it out, and just talking to people, you know, if you really need a psychologist or not. They have this really great series and everything. So I hope you guys check those books out. Those are my personal recommendations and favorites of all time, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!